Question number 4. Let's add. We have the first problem says 4 divided by 52 plus 4 over 52. One of the first things to notice with the addition is that you must have common denominator. You must always remember this. What's necessary in order for me to start doing something? So when I think of multiply, I think, okay, top with top, bottom with bottom. Divide, keep, change, flip. Add, common denominator. Subtract, common denominator. That's the first thing that comes to my mind when I'm asked to do something. So I'm noticing that this already has a common denominator. Take a look, 52. I am ready to start adding. I'm going to throw in the second method of simplification in a little bit. Let's do the first way first. I'm going to take care of 4 plus 4 divided by 52. And so it's going to be 8 divided by 52. Let's do our first method of simplification. The first method tells us, okay, you already finished everything. Now let's simplify. And so I see that they're both even, so I'm going to divide by 2. Y'all, if you see that you can divide by a bigger number than 2, that's how I always get started. That does not mean that's how you do it. You can get started with 4 if you like that. 8 if it works. I get started with 2, doesn't mean you have to. 8 divided by 2 is 4. 52 divided by 2 is 26. Noticing they're still both even. Divide by 2. This is going to be 2 and 13. They're no longer even, and they don't seem to have common factors. Okay, this is method 1. If you like that, stick to it. Close your ears. And now let's try method 2. Method 2 is I simplify before I get started. Now remember, simplification only works in special cases. In this case, I can only simplify amongst each fraction. I cannot simplify this 4 and this 52, okay? So be very careful if you're not 100% sure, stick to the first method. So let's go ahead and simplify 4 divided by 52. And I'm noticing that they're both divisible by 4. So I'm going to do 4 divided by 4 is 1. 52 divided by 4 is 13. 4 divided by 4 is 1, and 52 divided by 4 is 13. And so now I have 1 over 13 plus 1 over 13, and that gives us 2 over 13. Is that simpler? I don't know. I would say it's less steps, but not only do you have to know when you can simplify a number, and then you have to know how to simplify. So that might prove to be more complicated. If it works for you, try it. If it does not, don't do it. Let's take a look at C, and you can try B and D on your own. 184 divided by 409 plus 164 divided by 409. Take a look at this fraction, see if they have anything in common. So what do I check? 2, 3, 5. Do 2, are they both even? No. How about 5? Do they both end in 0 or 5? No. How about 3? I need to add them, so it's going to be 1 plus 8 is 9. 9 plus 4 is 13. Is that divisible by 3? No, it is not. Therefore, I cannot simplify by 2, 3, 5. How about anything else? Can I simplify by, let's say, 11 or 13 or 17? Those are the things you have to try on your own. To me, it seemed that I wasn't able to simplify, so we have to go with method 1. We're going to have to add them already. 184 plus 164 divided by 409. And that is going to give us 348 divided by 409. Now, just because you checked initially doesn't mean you shouldn't check at the end. So we have 348 divided by 409, 235. Are they both even? No. Do they both end in 0 or 5? No. How about 3? 3 plus 4 is 7. 7 plus 8 is 15. Ooh, that can be divided by 3. So let's check the denominator. 4 plus 9 is 13. That cannot be divided by 3. Therefore, I believe that this is as simplified as it can be. Great. Into number 5. It says perform the operation. In this case, we have several operations, and some of them you see addition and then subtraction. So let's tackle I would say the hardest one, but they all look very similar. And what do I mean by that? They all have a common denominator. So let's tackle A. First of all, I'm noticing that I'm going to add, so I have to have a common denominator. And then at the end, to subtract, I also have to have a common denominator. So I'm ready to do all of this. We're going to do 13 plus 33 minus 1 all over 351. That is 13 plus 33 is going to be 46 minus 1 is 45 over 351. Can we simplify? Let's check 2. Are they both even? No. Do they both end in 0 or 5? No. How about 3? Let's add them. 4 plus 5 is 9. Okay, that's divisible by 3. 3 plus 5 is 8, plus 1 is 9. Ooh, this is the first time we've actually seen a division by 3 work. So let me remind you how it works because it's really easy. 4 plus 5 is 9. And then I check if 9 is divisible by 3, and my answer is yes. The answer is yes, y'all. The answer is not 3. Okay, so your answer is not 3. It's just a simple check to say yes or no. Then I checked 3 plus 5 plus 1. The answer is 9. So is that divisible by 3? Yes. So what is the next step now that both have been yeses? The next step is to actually divide by 3. Your answer is not anything to do over here. That answer was just yes. Now we have to do it. 45 divided by 3 is 15. And 351 divided by 3. Oh, this one's a little bit longer. Let's do 351 divided by 3, 117. Now I check again, as always. Do they both end in an even number? No. Both end in 0 or 5? No. Let's check again for 3. 1 plus 5 is 6, so that's yes. 1 plus 1 is 2, plus 7 is 9. Ooh, both of them, again, are divisible by 3. So I'm going to have 5. And let's take a look at 117 divided by 3. And the answer is 39. Once again, 2, 3, 5. Are they both even? No. End in 0 or 5? No. Checking the 3. 5 is not divisible by 3, so therefore we are finished. I wonder if you're thinking, why does she not just put this in the calculator? I actually find it easier to do mental math than to break out my calculator. Um, it's actually a lot of talent to use your calculator because you have to use parentheses correctly. You have to tell it what to do correctly in order for a calculator to work with you. If you tell it what to do, but you put in your information wrong, then your answer will be wrong. But because you used a calculator, you'll almost think that it's right. So I find it easier, if I can, to do mental math. Nothing wrong with using a calculator, but mental math is what I like. You try B, C, and D.